it all, Jeff, and they've even said, the Pitt coaching staff, that Amber Brown can run the point for them if need be.
As you see, Amanda Butler's team has had some ups and downs this season, has some really big wins, had some struggles and a few losses, but they have a team that they feel like, as she said, there are no upsets in this league anymore. There's so much talent in this league as we are underway, and it's Clemson that wins the opening tip. Clemson Tigers. Bray Perpignan has been a really big add from Elon, number 0. Right now, controlling the basketball is Nunu Bradford. There's Perpignan, opening 3, no good, and rebound tipped by Washenitz, but controlled by Bradford.
Yeah, and in the opening, we talked about Clemson's defense, but also watch out for Pitt on the defensive end. They are also a 2-3 zone caliber team. As the past 2 and 3 games, they have been known for their defense out of this zone. But as you see, Amari Robinson getting it done on the inside.
And a really nice extra pass by Hannah Hank. Starting lineup for the Pitt Panthers, a pair of freshmen, Marley Washenitz and Avery Strickland, along with Maliyah Johnson, Liatu King, and the aforementioned Brown, who has it top of the key. A 2-0 Clemson lead here early on. A forced down low, knocked away from King. Robinson hands it off. Nunu drives the lane, loses control, and an opportunity here for the Panthers with Amber Brown coming the other way, as you see that Clemson starting 5. Here goes Strickland driving to the hole.
Ace Strickland read that exactly right. And as you see, Amber Brown starting that transition off. Avery Strickland read the defense, got herself an easy bucket on the inside.
How key is Hank in the middle when you're trying to beat this 2-3 zone?
She is a glue to this Clemson offense and defense. Hitting the basketball, getting the basketball on the inside of any zone is going to kill you, and she is a strong force inside there for Clemson.
Good rebound there by Liatu King. Good positioning. And Panthers come the other way. 2-2 early on here between the Tigers and Panthers. Good look down low, and turning around is King and gets the roll.
And Liatu King has been really important for Pitt all season, Jeff, but she has been really important these past few games for them as well.
Pignon. And a drive by Whitehorn. Another good look down low. That shot missed. Hank gets the offensive rebound. What a feed to Amari Robinson.
And that's just them. Amari Robinson, Hannah Hank crashing the offensive glass. Pitt needs to do a good job, especially out of their 2-3 zone, at boxing out and not giving Clemson second chance opportunities.
And Liatu King just a little too late, picked off by Whitehorn. Whitehorn's going to take it, stop at the foul line, and pop. That's short. And rebound to Liatu King. She's tied up. Jump ball will be Panther basketball. Lance White, really excited about the future of this Pitt program with this highest-ranked recruiting class. He's playing a couple of freshmen. Amber Brown has another year if she wants it. I mean, there's some key pieces back for this Pitt team as they look ahead.
And you talk about these freshmen, these young freshmen in their young career. Washenitz, Ace Strickland have been inserted into the lineup.
On
as
cue.
You see.
Washenitz able to hit the mid-range jumper, and the Panthers are up 2. Robinson has all of Clemson's points.
And that's a great sign for Clemson. Amari Robinson, as we talked about her in the opening, she is the leader of this Clemson squad. And anytime Clemson gets it done with a win, it starts with Amari Robinson.
Nothing called on that King attempt. Perpignan drives into the hole, and someone other than Robinson scores for the Tigers, and a 2-point lead. And a steal off the inbound. Nunu's shot no good. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will be Pitt basketball. Amanda Butler really loves the chemistry of this team. In her 5th season, this is all her team now, and she likes the pieces that she has.
Yeah, she talked about the team camaraderie with this group. Their internal belief in her and the culture she is building. She is impressed by them and what they have done, but the ownership they take of this program and getting it done on the wins column.
Amber Brown drives in, a rare miss for Brown, but Amy Hayford has just come in with the offensive rebound. Strickland just a tad too late And a pick off by Robinson. Come the Tigers. Aliyah Douglas has checked in for Clemson. So has Maddie Ott. Robinson has it.
Yeah, and Clemson is pretty deep. As you see, they'll play almost 10 players as they've subbed in 2 players already thus far and cannot stop Amari Robinson inside.
Every shot is 2 feet from the basket, and Robinson with 8 points. It's a 10-6 Clemson lead, and a near steal, but a foul called on Perpignan. Tationette Harris enters in.
And lots of subs early on.
Yeah, Gabby Hutcherson in. So we'll set the lineups here. Yeah, we know that about Lance White. He likes to sub. If there's something he doesn't like, he's comfortable with other players. So it's Harris, Hayford, Brown, Hutcherson, and Strickland against Perpignan, Robinson, Inyang, Douglas, and Ott. Strickland.
Clemson staying in this 2-3 zone.
Open 3 for Amy Hayford.
And that was just great offense by Pitt. They pass the basketball inside to the high post. Amber Brown squares up to the basket, kicks it out, and sees her wide open three-point shooter, and Amy Hayford knocks it down.
Amy Hayford had 2 points total in the last 5 games. So for Hayford to hit a 3, it's one of those maybe X factors you're looking for the Panthers, finding some other scoring. Here comes Pitt's the other way. 3-pointer up and in. Gabby Hutcherson.
And if Pitt can continue this and knock it down from 3, they will keep themselves in this ball game today, as Clemson is in that 2-3 zone. If Pitt can make them honest, keep them honest, and keep them out playing the 3-point line, it might be a good day for this Pitt Panthers.
Douglas, Perpignan, back to Douglas, 10 to shoot. In the corner, Ott will try it. Ott shot no good, long rebound, out of bounds. So the Panthers hitting a couple of big threes, take the lead here at the first time out.
Yeah, as you see this inside-out game, they get the basketball to the high post there. Amber Brown finds a shooter out on the 3-point line, and then they just work the basketball. Gabby Hutcherson for 3.
Anyone going?
Panthers 2 for 2 early from 3, and Brian, that's such an important thing for this Pitt team.
Yeah, especially as you see over the last 7 games, only shooting 27% from the field from 3, and as they have only made 4, and they are already shooting 2 for 2 for today. That is a great sign for this Pitt Panther team.
And who it's coming from too, Gabby Hutcherson and Amy Hayford. That's just her second made 3 of the day. And if they could find some offense unexpectedly from Hayford or maybe a couple others, that would be key for this Pitt team. Maliyah Johnson is back in.
Pitt does a nice job to beat Clemson's pressure there.
Michaela Elmore is in for the first time. Good look down low. And a finish by Amber Brown.
Pitt's still staying in this 2-3 zone.
And a turnover, the Panthers force. And with the 4-point lead, it'll be Pitt's ball.
As you see on the other end, Gabby Hutcherson down here finding Amber Brown. And as we said early on, Amber Brown finds herself in the right position, shoots the basketball when she is open.
Panthers bothered and able to get it over the timeline. Amber Brown will inbound.
Yeah, it'll be important for Pitt to take care of the basketball today, as Clemson is number 3 in the ACC at steals per game. So it'll be very important for Pitt to value their possessions on the offensive end.
Open 3, Maliyah Johnson misses. Rebound to Michaela Elmore. Clemson down by 4. 5 of 11 so far from the floor. It's just that the Panthers are 6 of 9. Elmore to Whitehorn. Whitehorn yet to score in this game. Looking for the ball at 3-point. Good read by Amber Brown. Here come the Panthers quickly the other way. Brown's going to take it the entire way and lay it up and in.
And that was just a phenomenal read by Amber Brown there. She had a 3-on-2. Nobody stops the basketball on Clemson, and she takes it herself for a smart heads-up play by the veteran in Amber Brown.
Biggest lead of the game and a second straight possession where Clemson turns it over.
As you see with the steal by Amber Brown, she gets out and leads the transition. Clemson, freshman mistake. Nobody stops the basketball. Amber Brown takes it for an easy 2.
So in 3 of their first 4 games, Clemson had 19, 19, and 23 turnovers. That was an issue earlier in the season. The Panthers have forced a couple here, and Clemson now with 5 on the game. And we're still in the first quarter. That ball tipped, but grabbed by Daishanette Harris, and a foul on Hannah Hank.
That was a veteran play right there by Daishanette Harris to get a foul called on Hannah Hank.
You know, this is a big opportunity for Daishanette Harris. She's been replaced in the starting lineup, looking to find her groove. And it doesn't necessarily have to be points for her.
No, she is a leader on this Pitt Panther team. And she can get it done on both ends of the floor, and she has to show that for her to stay out on this floor and make an impact.
Harris is going to drive. Her floater's good.
And right on cue, Jeff. She gets into the paint. Little floater, little point guard layup is what I like to call that.
And that is her shot right there. Hank has it. Foul line, kicks it out to Douglas. Douglas, the much taller Hutcherson. Good look out to the foul line, and that ball is knocked out of bounds off Hutcherson, so it will be Clemson basketball. And Butler thinking about what she wants to do with her team. Off the inbound, Hank has it. Clemson Tigers, 11 wins on the season. They'll match their total of the last few years, or best total of the last few years with a win here today, and another turnover by Clemson.
Yeah, this Pitt defense really throwing Clemson off on the offensive end. And you think that Clemson might be good at going against a 2-3 zone defense, as that's what they like to play. And I'm sure they practice against that in practice against one another, but they're really having a difficulty of taking care of the basketball on the offensive end.
Douglas just hounding Washenitz. I just want you to know the basketball came right by Brienne, and she was unable to control it.
My playing days are quite over, Jeff. As you can see, loose ball, I didn't go after it there.
At least you didn't go on the floor, so that didn't come back to you.
I have to keep up my appearance over here, Jeff.
Inbound to Daishanette Harris. An 8-point lead for the Panthers here in the first. Harris, Liatu King, dribble, good block by Bradford. Here come the Tigers, Whitehorn. To Hank. Hank's baseline jumper is no good. Ball controlled by Gabby Hutcherson. Washenitz over to Harris. Harris drives in and kicks it back out. There's an opportunity there, but Johnson had to grab that pass. Still plenty of time to shoot. Daishanette Harris's 3 is no good, but good job of the rebound by Johnson. 8 to shoot.
I think Daishanette Harris might say that was a pass to her teammate there.
And Daishanette Harris there on the rebound on the spin out by Hutcherson. Tigers coming the other way.
Energy level by the Panthers is quite high today.
And a look down low and another turnover. What is it that Pitt's doing that's hurting Clemson here?
Pitt is definitely playing a solid defensive game to start. However, Clemson is trying to make these incredible passes, home run passes, when they have to work the basketball against the zone. They're looking for these high-lows from outside the three-point line when the pass is not there. They need to get the basketball inside and try to get easy opportunities for themselves like they did early on with Amari Robinson.
A steal helps for Clemson, Perpignan, as Clemson will hold, it looks like, for the last shot here of the first quarter. It's a 12-0 run for the Panthers. 5, drive in, and Washenitz does a nice job of holding that up. Liatu King, three-pointer is no good. The Panthers get a steal at the end of the first quarter. A really good first quarter for the Panthers, shooting 57% and an 8-point lead after one. First quarter has all made a contribution, not just Amber Brown, who's been so hot, but she's getting help offensively from some of her teammates.
Yeah,
Same with Liatu King.
Yeah, if Pitt can keep this field goal percentage up, shooting 57 from the field and 50% from three, it's going to be really difficult for Clemson to win this basketball game.
So now for the Tigers, settling down a little bit. 8 turnovers in the first quarter. 9 now in the first half.
And a lot of these, Jeff, to me, are unforced turnovers that Amanda Butler would love to have back. Just like her, veteran grad transfer in Brie Perpignan turning the basketball over with just a little travel call on the offensive end.
King, Brown, Washinitz, Johnson, and Strickland for the Panthers. Perpignan, Bradford, Robinson, Hank, and Whitehorn as up and good. Panthers now up 10 points. Liatu King finishes.
That was a tough basket down there by Liatu King. She had the baseline. She gets herself in there, is extremely physical, and finishes at the basket.
This 2-3 is giving Clemson all sorts of problems. And a foul on Marley Washinitz. Was waiting to see which way they were going to call that one.
Yeah, she just charged through that screen there that Hannah Hank set. As a post player, Hannah Hank was in the right. She set her feet. She set a good hard screen, and Marley Washinitz needs to do a better job of getting up and over that screen rather than running through it.
Down 10, Clemson with the basketball. Good look in the post, and they find where they found most of their points, but Robinson misses from short range this time. Here come the Panthers. Amber Brown. Oh, good hesitation dribble, but lost control of the basketball. Whitehorn the other way for Clemson. Around the back, driving into the lane and scoring.
And that's what Ruby Whitehorn is known for, getting out in transition, scoring the basket inside the paint. Nice little behind the back, finishes at the basket. They need to get her going to turn up this tempo for the Clemson team.
It had been minutes since Clemson had scored. Lead cut to 8. Amber Brown, give and go. Maliyah Johnson finishes at the hoop.
Nice pass from Amber Brown. Amber Brown is dangerous at that high post area, not even just when she shoots the basketball, but she really knows how to find her teammates as she found a Maliyah Johnson cutting to the basket.
And another turnover on Clemson, this one an over and back. Number 10.
If they can get Whitehorn going on the offensive end, they could turn this game around. As she got out there in transition, as you see on the other end, Amber Brown finds Maliyah Johnson streaking to the basket wide open for a layup.
Panthers up 10. Looking for a first conference win of the season. Amber Brown, who can rebound like she can also handle the basketball. Washinitz picked up the dribble to King. King is not a three-point shooter. Over to Washinitz. She drives in. Her left-handed floater is no good. Rebound run down by Perpignan. Perpignan, as Clemson's going to work it. Whitehorn back to the point guard. Bradford. Robinson kicks it down. Good give and go, and Whitehorn can't finish at the hoop, but the ball is tipped out. Perpignan misses, and a rebound by Pitt, and a foul on Whitehorn.
That's just tough basketball inside there.
Boy, for Clemson, you're just right at the hoop, and just nothing is falling for the Tigers right now.
Yeah, and that's not like Ruby Whitehorn, as she's shooting nearly 50% from the field, and that's an easy one that she would love to have back, as she was right in front of the rim and just misses it.
Leah Douglas in the game, as she is a tough handle for Washinitz. You see her quick hands. Ace Strickland able to stay on her feet, but trapped.
Yeah, as you see, this Clemson defense changed it up and went to their man-to-man defense as they rely heavily on that 2-3 zone. Amanda Butler wasn't liking what Pitt was doing against that zone. They had to switch it to their man.
How about that recognition there between King and Brown? Kind of knowing that the other was going to cut, really good pass, ball knocked away, will be Pitt basketball.
Yeah, they're a great dynamic duo, those two.
Out Hayford in, more experienced player. Panthers up 10 with the basketball. As they work it all the way around. That's where Hayford hit a three earlier. Good pass down low and a miss by King. And a near turnover there by Clemson, but it's gathered in by Perpignan.
And that was an unfortunate miss down there, as that was great ball movement by the Pitt Panthers.
Robinson, good job by Hayford to close out, but Robinson able to find a shot, just won't go down, and another foul on the Tigers. Inyang. Boy, you got to think if you're Clemson that sooner or later these short, close at the basket shots are going to start falling, but they just haven't yet. As you see the numbers the last three games defensively, what they've done, and then they've struggled equally on offense. Now this conference will do that to you. As a look down low and a ball just tipped out of bounds as Amber Brown was trying to find Amy Hayford. 14 to shoot for the Panthers.
Yeah, this change in the Clemson defense has held Pitt scoreless over the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
And off the backboard, Amber Brown. That's the first points by anybody here over the last nearly 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I think Amber Brown heard me over here. She wanted to shut me up.
Elmore gets it over to Whitehorn. Perpignan wide open from three, no good. And Maliyah Johnson was in for the rebound, and over back and knocking out of bounds was Whitehorn. Daishanette Harris back in. Amber Brown, the leading scorer for the Panthers, with 6. Robinson has 8 for Clemson. Ball knocked away by Whitehorn. Again, behind the back. Whitehorn 1 on 3. Her shot no good, rounding out, but gets the offensive rebound, and it is knocked over to Perpignan, who puts it in with the left hand.
Yeah, and the Clemson Tigers getting some opportunities here. They're trying to turn their defensive effort into offensive points.
Maliyah Johnson from 3. It's a good job by Daishanette Harris to find the open 3.
Yeah, Pitt is doing a very nice job on the offensive end, working the basketball around, finding open players, and getting really, really good shots, good opportunities on the offensive end.
Robinson at the foul line, working against Hayford. Good spin move, just can't get it to fall. Hayford comes down with the rebound. Daishanette Harris, Johnson. Liatu King wants it left corner. Amber Brown, 15 to shoot for the Panthers, up by 13.
Clemson back to that 2-3 zone defense.
Hayford. Johnson, nearly the same area. Ball just a little strong off the bracket. Here comes Perpignan for the Tigers. Douglas fakes the 3. Good look to Whitehorn, and just can't finish, and a frustration foul over the back by Whitehorn. Clemson really struggling from the floor. Panthers a 13-point lead. A lot of happy faces on that bench. The Pitt Panthers, who had a late lead at Louisville and opportunities to win that game and saw them go by. This is their next game since. And you see what the Panthers are doing defensively, and then in turn, Brienne, offensively.
Yeah, that's right. They have been playing a tremendous offensive game with the 27 points that they have here, but shooting 57% from the field.
You know, if you're Clemson, you got to figure that's where you want those shots, and sooner or later, those close shots are going to fall for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's right. They're getting point-blank opportunities. They have 8 steals already, but they only have 4 fast break points. They're not turning those steals into points on the offensive end.
Panthers with Harris, King, Hayford, Brown, and Johnson. Perpignan, Bradford, Elmo, Hank, and Ott.
And Clemson back to this man-to-man defense, trying to turn up their tempo on the defensive end.
Amy Hayford drives, and an offensive foul on Amy Hayford.
The official saw that from a mile away. She was outside the restricted area, planted her feet. Amy Hayford either just needs to come to a jump stop or kick that out to a teammate.
Can Clemson get a run here before the end of the first half? Look down low and off the hands, and a turnover by the Tigers. Off Elmore's hands, maybe just a little too far.
Yeah, and that was a good look by Hannah Hank, but she missed an opportunity. She was wide open as she can knock it down from that 15-foot range. Nobody was guarding her at the free throw line there.
Johnson to Amber Brown, 15 to shoot. Amber calling out instructions. Johnson thought about it, kicks it back out. 5 to shoot for the Panthers. Backdoor-dation at Harris, and a second straight offensive foul. This one on number 1 for the Panthers as Hannah Hank had position.
Yeah, that Clemson weak side help defense is there. As you just said, Jeff, 2 charges they drew back-to-back.
Panthers have played 8 players. All have scored. For Clemson, only 3 of the 10 have scored. That shot no good. Hank with an offensive rebound. Pump fake, and I think partially blocked by Gabby Hutcherson, and then Hutcherson commits the foul. Good job by Hank of staying after that basketball.
Yeah, she really stuck with it there as she was trying to get Gabby Hutcherson up into the air. She was trying to draw a foul, and that she did.
Hank, the 6'2 senior from Australia. 11 rebounds against the Blue Devils just a couple of days ago. So you see, she's also can block your shot down low.
Yeah, she's an impressive player for the Clemson Tigers, as she has appeared in every single game as a Clemson Tiger since her freshman year. She is a senior for Amanda Butler. And the great thing about Hannah Hank is after talking with Amanda Butler yesterday, she said that Hannah Hank is on the phone with Coach Butler the morning after they lose to Duke, asking Coach, what can I do better? What can I watch on film? What could I have done in this situation? And that is a veteran senior player, and that shows that is a leader by example for her younger players, younger teammates.
The 3 down by Gabby Hutcherson. And the Panther lead is 14 after the 2 free throws there by Hank. Drive baseline, kick out. Open 3 off the front rim by Bradford. And here come the Panthers the other way. Yeah, you wonder if Amanda she's home with her kids, phone rings. Mommy, is that Hannah again? Foul down low.
And this is a good sign for Pitt. This is Gabby Hutcherson's second 3. And she is a player. When she's feeling it, get her the basketball, she can knock it down from deep.
4th foul on Clemson. Amy Hayford will go to the line. Amy Hayford, senior from the Netherlands. And the first free throw is good. Averaging only 1.7 a game. That's 3 for Hayford. Not known. Her role in this team is not her offense generally.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She is a defensive force for this Pitt Panther team. And she'll come in and she'll be a backup point guard. She'll handle the basketball. She'll do what she needs to do on the offensive end. But they do rely on her on that defensive end to get that energy going and to give them a spark.
Trap and a kick. Douglas has it. And the much bigger Gabby Hutcherson picks up the foul up top.
Yeah, unfortunate foul by Gabby Hutcherson. She just has her forearm out there. And that's going to be a call by the officials all day as Pitt was trying to get out and trap that entire defensive possession. And unfortunately, they get a foul out by half court and put the Clemson Tigers to the free throw line.
That's 2 on Hutcherson, so she will go out. Amber Brown is back in. Malaysia Douglas Misses the first free throw, averaging 6.3 a game. Shoots 55% of the season from the foul line.
Yeah, she's an impressive player from junior college. She was sophomore of the year last year in junior college as she was an All-American, and she is feisty on the defensive end for the Clemson Tigers.
Lead is 15 for Pitt here in the first half. Off the screen, Douglas, pump fake. Gets it back to King. King into the paint, driving. Finds a way to get a shot up and is fouled by Inyang.
And that'll be an interesting matchup for Liatu King there if Eno Inyang stays on her when they are in man, because she has the speed, the athleticism to get around Eno Inyang. So we'll see if Pitt can exploit that matchup moving forward.
Free throw, high arcing free throw is good by Liatu King. 6th in the ACC in rebounds and blocks is King, but about 29 points, 15 rebounds combined in their last 2 games, and a couple of free throws there. The Panthers have doubled up Clemson here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Liatu has been solid for this Pitt Panther team, and they'll need her today if they want to get that first ACC win.
Kiana Gaines over to Douglas. And a deep 3 is good by Alea Douglas. Clemson needs somebody to get hot. Lead cut to 14. And a backdoor opportunity, but good closeout by Robinson. Open 3, Maliyah Johnson no good. And Inyang with a powerful rebound to Douglas. To Robinson. Robinson, Inyang is blocked by a trailing King. Amy Hayford drives in. Player goes down, nothing called. Strickland creates a 3, and the ball is knocked out of bounds off of Clemson. Will be Panther basketball. Hannah Hank is in. Marley Washenitz is in. What a first half it has been for the Panthers. And an opportunity to add on to that lead. Late substitution for Pitt. Taisha Exenor in. And an inbound thrown out of bounds, but tipped off a Tigers' hands.
The Tigers are thinking otherwise, saying they didn't touch
no.
the basketball.
20 seconds to shoot here for Pitt. Panthers shooting 54% for the game, 50% in the second quarter. Washenitz, head fake, and try to get it down to Exenor, just a little too tall for Taisha.
Unfortunate possession there by the Panthers as they wanted to almost close out the second half here with a good possession, and instead they turn the basketball over and give Clemson an opportunity.
Down, they're trying to find Hank, and it is tipped by Exenor, but into the hands of Hank. And a couple straight buckets here for the Tigers to cut the lead to 12. And a blocking foul right at half court by Douglas. Boy, Douglas would be one of those players if you're a guard, and when you got done with the game, like, oh.
She's all over the place. She's like a fly on that basketball. She does not leave you alone.
You know, in 2 years at JUCO, she scored 1,000 points in 2 years.
That's incredible. She was her school's all-time leading scorer, over 1,000 points.
She had a 51-point game at Western Nebraska Community College. Free throw no good by Amber Brown. Just amazing.
So don't just look to her for her defense. She can get it done. She can get buckets in a bunch down on the other end.
And Brown misses both, and really an opportunity here for Clemson. A 3 would cut it to a single-digit lead after Pitt was up 17. Douglas. Washenitz on her. Clock going down. 6. Hank is going to try a 3. Hannah Hank no good. Offensive rebound put back by Robinson is no good. And with 1.8 seconds, Robinson is fouled, will go to the line. for Clemson to shoot 2.
And there's their leader coming through when they need her. And she recognized the clock. That was a heads-up play by Amari Robinson. She recognized the clock. She got the offensive rebound, but made sure she was in the act of shooting when she put the basketball back up to get it with 1.8 seconds left in the halftime.
And among the things that Robinson does really well is free throw shooting. She had a streak earlier this year of 37 made in a row.
Talk about impressive.
And it's an interesting way she approaches it. Takes a couple steps up, one dribble, and money twice. The lead is cut to 10. Hayford will launch from half court. It's too late and too long, and that'll do it. A 7-0 run by Clemson at the end of the first half, but this has been a Clemson or a Pitt team that has really controlled most of this first half.
Yeah, that's right. Pitt with 34 points, shooting 54% from the field, as you see Amber Brown there.
And early on, Panthers need some help. Washington gets it on the inbound, and here we go in the second half. Panthers lead by 10, and there's what we're talking about with that third quarter. Panthers been badly outscored in the third. That trap, you see some intensity from this Clemson defense coming out of halftime. Strickland open from 3. Good look, just a little bit short. Grabs her own rebound out to Washnitz.
As you see, Clemson decided to stick with that 2-3 zone defense to come out of halftime, as I'm sure Coach Amanda Butler got on them about their defensive effort in the first half.
Strickland drives her baseline shot, no good. Ball tipped around and controlled by Robinson.
And the same thing for the Panthers on the defensive end, sticking with their zone, their 2-3 zone defense, as they did a very nice job containing Clemson Tigers in the first half.
Nunu, good look down low. Robinson with the head fake and lays it up. It's a 9-0 run spanning the second and third quarter here for the Tigers.
And again, going right back to Amari Robinson to start this second half. Let's see what she can give them here in this third quarter, try to get them back in this game.
Strickland, good look down low, and Amber Brown is blocked by Hank.
That's a heck of a play by Hannah Hank inside there to get all ball and get a great block on the defensive end to spark this Clemson Tigers offense.
Clemson now just down 8, a beautiful pass, and Hank's able to finish. The lead is now 6.
And here come those Tigers. I'm sure they got whatever message was sent to them by head coach Amanda Butler.
And they just did the Dookie thing where they all slapped the floor at the same time.
And that is something that Clemson does. They get in unison with one another. They slap the floor on the defensive end. They didn't have any opportunities in the first half to get excited on the defensive end. And
now it's the Panthers that are missing shots in the paint. But Liatu King followed up her miss and got fouled and will go to the line. Foul on Whitehorn, her third. And a series of substitutions here for the Panthers, including Amy Hayford. Amy Hayford, one of the key contributors for Pitt in that first half. Every Thursday at 10 Eastern, right after our women's basketball doubleheader, Nothing But Net Crew will break down the night in the ACC with highlights and analysis of every women's game, and a look ahead at the best games on the schedule in the coming week. That's coverage you can only get in one place, right here on the ACC network and the ESPN app. Free throws down for the Panthers and Liatu King. King now with 8. The lead is 8. Pignon with Bradford, Robinson, Hank, and Whitehorn. Robinson at the foul line, kicks it out to Douglas, and off Douglas's hands, and a turnover for the Clemson Tigers. King, Hayford, Johnson, Hutcherson, and Strickland for the Panthers, and Maddie Ott is going to come in quickly here for Clemson. So the Tigers got what they wanted, a good finish to the second quarter and a good start mostly here to the third quarter.
Except that last turnover, they'd like to get back, but they have been changing their tempo in this third quarter. As you see, a turnover by the Pitt Panthers is what I'm sure the Clemson Tigers are going to try to do, is force more turnovers by this Pitt Panther team.
That is the 12th turnover on the Panthers, 12 by Clemson now. As the Tigers look to cut into that lead. Pitt 0 for 5 here in the third quarter. They're 2 points off free throws. Robinson way away from the hoop, over to Douglas, 15 to shoot. Pignon, cross court to Ott. Robinson, head fake, drives the lane. Her left-handed shot at a beauty. And Robinson with 14.
And that was a really great take by Amari Robinson, using her offhand, her left hand, to score the basketball as she saw an open lane to the paint.
Liatu King kicks it out. Strickland, wide open three, no good. Ball tipped around but controlled by Douglas. Douglas to Ott, nearly stolen by Strickland. Back to Douglas. Douglas had Johnson closing out on her, over to Perpignan. He's going to drive into the lane and have it blocked, but a foul. The foul is on Liatu King. Just her first for King. And for the first time in this game, Aislinn Malcolm is in the game. It's combining two players. Ace Strickland and Aislinn Malcolm. Yeah, hi.
They're too close. Avery, Aislinn, Ace and Ains.
Bree Perpignan makes the free throw, shooting 70% from the line. She had 22 points in 21 minutes earlier this year against Radford. Pignon now with 6 in this game, and the lead cut to 4, and it has been a while since Clemson was this close. Still 6.5 minutes to go in the third. Hayford around the back, able to beat that double team. Liatu King from the foul line, no good, and Hank grabs the rebound. The Tigers are running. New Bradford. Hank cross court. Maddie Ott's dangerous from 3. Maddie Ott hits the 3, and the lead is 1. From 17 to 1.
Timeout by Pitt.
Panthers get a timeout as Clemson on a 7-0 run here. 1 point lead for Pitt.
Anyone going through.
Robinson does so well. Credit to the Clemson coaching staff, but I'm sure that's been ingrained in her since she was a little kid.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She is fundamentally sound. As you just mentioned, Jeff, her footwork is phenomenal. She pursues the basketball. She is a dominant force inside. She uses head fakes left and right, but she gets players up in the air. She is also a 1,000+ point scorer as she got over that hump this season.
And a steal into Douglas. The shot missed. Would have given Clemson the lead. Amber Brown comes down with the rebound. Big opportunity there for the Tigers. Panthers hang on to the ball and the lead. Panthers have it. Johnson to Hutcherson. Hutcherson, good pass to Amber Brown.
Great high-low there by Gabby Hutcherson to find Amber Brown. Free throw line, little dump pass to her post player for an easy bucket.
It's about a 2.5-minute drought by the Panthers. And a better look down low. Inyang finishes at the hoop.
Same thing on the other side. Eno Inyang. Easy bucket for her inside there.
Nunu with a nice pass and a turnover by the Panthers. And a chance here for Clemson to take the lead.
As you see the Pitt Panthers working the basketball extremely well. Gabby Hutcherson catches it right there in the paint. She looks high-low, finds Amber Brown wide open for 2.
Douglas. Inyang baseline jumper, and the Tigers have come from 17 back to take the lead.
Eno Inyang giving this Clemson Tigers team a little spark off the bench.
Ball knocked away from Amber Brown and loose, but grabbed by Nunu Bradford. Clemson can build on its lead. Maddie Ott, top of the key. Her two-pointer is good, and Clemson now up 3.
Maddie Ott has a sweet stroke. Pitt Panthers have to find her on the defensive end. She has had a couple wide open buckets. They need to do a better job with Maddie Ott on the defensive end.
Johnson's three is no good, and a rebound to Amari Robinson. Robinson's third rebound. Clemson, 7 of 8 shooting in this quarter. In-Yang makes it 7 of 9. Rebound to Hutcherson. Amy Hayford. Hutcherson. Panthers work the basketball around. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. And Clemson leads by 3. Amy Hayford drives, kicks, and Amber Brown around the basket. Brown now 5 of 8 shooting with 10 points.
Keeping her hot streak going. Shooting that 57% like she has these past 3 games.
And the ball stolen by Johnson, and it just hits the baseline. And Johnson's a little gimpy walking towards the basket. Clemson has fired back for a 1-point lead. Now the Panthers have spread it. Amber Brown is the only one in double figures with 10. Liatu King has 8. But Clemson, you could see that 7-0 run gave them a little something into halftime, and they've come out defensively and played really well.
Yeah, they came out of halftime ready to win this basketball game, and that's what they are doing in this third quarter.
Perpignan to Ott. Ott 3 again, and that is no good. Ball tipped and controlled by Hutcherson. Ball knocked loose, but Amber Brown runs it down. Harris, Hayford, Brown, Hutcherson, and Strickland. Perpignan, Bradford, Hank, In-Yang, and Ott for Clemson. Ball knocked free, and out of bounds will be Pitt basketball.
The Panthers got lucky there. That was a good defensive stance by Clemson as they got their hands on that basketball. Deflections. Defensive coaches love deflections on the defensive end. It changes the type of basketball game.
Whitehorn in. Hayford drives, kicks, and a charging foul on Amy Hayford before Daishanette Harris could get a shot off. That's 3 on Hayford.
And that is her second time charging in there to get an offensive foul.
You know, one of the things he's done really well over the last few games has been really positive and uplifted his team. And this is a time where they're going to need some positivity because it's been all Clemson as In-Yang finishes from the left side. Tigers up 3 again.
And this is big for Clemson, too, here in the third quarter. They've been doing a good job, better job at scoring the basketball, which helps them be able to set their defense, set their three-quarter court pressure press so that they can do what they do best on the defensive end, on the defensive side of the basketball.
Boy, nice trap bust by Daishanette Harris on the sideline as Panthers work it down low. Amber Brown kicks it out. Brown is knocked down, gets it to Harris. That is no good. A fight for the rebound by Ace Strickland, but it's off her hands and out of bounds. King and Washenitz come in for Hayford and Hutcherson. Clemson Tigers, 8 of 11 in the third quarter. And you see Panthers have struggled in the second half in the last couple games. They really had a chance to win against Louisville and Syracuse. And a 3 from the corner by Nunu Bradford. The lead is now 6. Strickland tries to answer, no good. Offensive rebound by Liatu King. King stopped by Hank to Amber Brown, back to King. Good spin by Liatu King and finishes with the left hand and the foul.
And that was big by Liatu there. As you see on the other end, Ruby Whitehorn does a nice job at engaging 2 defender, kicks it out to her three-point shooter. As you see, Amber Brown finds Liatu King, the dynamic duo of the 2 there. And Liatu King with a phenomenal spin move. And one gets herself to the free throw line.
There's hours and hours of work to know when that spin move is the proper thing to do. The foul was actually on Inyang, who is going out of the game. The free throw is no good. Fight for the rebound. Ace Strickland and Hank going at it. And a jump ball called. It will be Clemson basketball.
You love to see that, Jeff. You love to see it. Both of these teams want so badly to win this basketball game. As you see, Avery Strickland, Hannah Hank. Who's basketball? Hannah Hank says, that's my ball. Avery Strickland was right in there with her.
Yeah, the freshman not afraid here. Just a handful of ACC games to her career. Whitehorn. Perpignan has only taken 5 shots. That one is blocked. Liatu King running out on the break. Harris, Washenitz, corner, 3. It's no good by Strickland, but an offensive rebound tipped to Harris. Washenitz calling out a play, the freshman from West Virginia, being hounded by Perpignan. 10 to shoot for the Panthers, trailing by 4. King, Brown, 4 to shoot to Harris. Harris drives in. Her floater is no good, and an offensive foul on Daishanette Harris. That's her second.
Daishanette Harris thinks otherwise. She got into the paint here. Hannah Hank was outside of the restricted area there. Looks like she could have came off of 2 feet. Daishanette Harris doesn't like the call.
So Harris will sit down with 2 fouls. Closing seconds of the third, and Clemson a 22-8 advantage in this quarter. Panthers coming into the game had been outscored by 40 in the third, and that number is only going to get worse. Perpignan, about a 4-second differential to Robinson. Over to Bradford. Bradford, 5 to shoot. Whitehorn drives. Her floater bounces in. Panthers.
And that was great execution right there to get Ruby Whitehorn a great look at the basket to score the bucket before the break.
A big quarter for the Tigers as Clemson goes into the fourth, leading by 6.
Clemson scored 24 points in that third quarter, and Pitt only scored 8. So that is why Clemson has the lead right now. We'll see if Pitt can turn things around in this fourth quarter, or if this is continuing to go Clemson's way.
And Douglas just all over Washenitz. Amber Brown kicked to the corner. Johnson drives in. Her right-handed shot rolls out. And a rebound to Robinson. The same type of shots that Clemson was missing the first half, the Panthers are missing in the second half as Pitt looks for its first ACC win of the season, while Clemson looks to match its win total in conference from last year already. Whitehorn down low, and a kick back out. Whitehorn again. Whitehorn drives in front of Liatu King. Fight for the rebound. King controls for the Panthers. Comes Washenitz for Pitt. Johnson drives. Nice layup by Maliyah Johnson.
Yeah, that was a really nice finish. Nice take by Maliyah Johnson, off balance, but still able to finish at the rim.
Panthers down 4. Whitehorn. 15 to shoot. Robinson collapsed on, and a foul on Marley Washenitz. And for Washenitz, it's her second. See Hannah Hank coming in for Elmore.
Number 12, Hannah Hank.
Clemson inbound to Hank. Clemson Tigers. 10 of 15, now 11 of 16 in the second half. As Bradford gets that hoop. Johnson open from 3. Maliyah Johnson.
Maliyah Johnson feeling it. 5 straight points for the sophomore guard as they make a great defensive effort, defensive play. Liatu King, Marley Washenitz collapsing down there with a nice block on the defensive end.
And blocked out of bounds. Panthers cut the lead to 3. Inbound, Whitehorn. elbow jumper is perfect. We haven't seen a lot of Ruby in this game, but hits the jumper there. Spin move by King and look to kick it, and off the hands of Amber Brown.
And you talked earlier when to use a spin move and when not to use a spin move. Liatu King spins herself into a double team right there and just unfortunately throws the basketball out of bounds.
Bree Perpignan back in for Clemson. Amy Hayford in for the Panthers. Hank's free throw jumper is no good, and a rebound to Liatu King. Her 12th. It's another double-double for Liatu King. Strickland had an open three, took a couple dribbles, kicks it back out to Hayford. Plenty of time to shoot. Amber Brown has a height advantage, kicks it out. Strickland now with 8 to shoot to Hayford. Over to Johnson. Johnson deep three, front rim no good, and Hannah Hank the rebound, her 8th.
Yeah, Hannah Hank all over the defensive glass for the Clemson Tigers.
Hutcherson will check in for the Panthers. Robinson over to Whitehorn. Ball movement by Clemson, down low into Robinson. Boy, and her and Hannah Hank have this veteran relationship where they know where each other is. And the lead is now 7.
Yeah, Hannah Hank and Amari Robinson really play well together. Hannah Hank is always looking for her teammate in Amari Robinson. That high-low, they've really been hitting it as Hannah Hank has been catching the basketball inside that free throw line area.
Panthers need something to jumpstart their energy, too. You can feel pressing a little bit. Could it be a three from the corner?
Is that it, Jeff? There it is, that three. Maliyah Johnson feeling it here in this fourth quarter. Pitt Panthers need to continue to keep going to Maliyah Johnson.
Lead cut to 4. Hank has it and gets the roll. Hannah Hank with 8 points.
The Panthers need to do a better job at finding Hannah Hank at that free throw line area. She is wide open every time she is flashing to the high post.
Second foul on Douglas.
You called for it, Jeff. Pitt Panthers needed a big bucket, and they call on to Maliyah Johnson to hit another three-point shot in that deep corner.
Now the Panthers need to get it done defensively. Again, that trap. Johnson goes around and is fouled as she's going baseline towards the hoop. Foul on Robinson. That's just her first. Maddie Ott will come in for Whitehorn. Whitehorn 6 points on 3 of 8 shooting, a rebound and an assist. Inbounds for Hayford. Over to Daishanette Harris. Maliyah Johnson's three this time is no good. Hank grabs the rebound. Pignon kicks it in the corner. Corner three is perfect by Nunu Bradford. 9-point Tigers lead. Daishanette Harris, good catch by Hutcherson to Hayford. Hayford drives, kicks. Harris's elbow jumper is no good. Ball knocked away from Amber Brown and out of bounds.
Amber Brown, the veteran leader of this group, trying to pull her Pitt Panthers in, trying to get them on the same page, calm them down, telling her teammates to look for good opportunity and good shots on the offensive end right now.
Robinson will sit down. Ano Inyang will, with the media timeout coming, just a little longer break here for Robinson before the stretch run. Ball knocked away by Hank and goes to the floor and gets it.
How about Hannah Hank today? She is playing tremendous, and not even just on the scoring side of the column, of the stat column, but she is getting it done on the off defensive end, finding her teammates as she found Ano Inyang posting up.
Hank, 8 points, 9 rebounds, and now 8 assists. And body on the ground, there's Ott. Ott gets it to Inyang, and opportunity for Clemson to build on what is now an 11-point lead. And a chance for a triple-double here for Hank.
She's all over the place, Jeff, today.
And look down low. Inyang misses, but is fouled by Hutcherson in what has been a domination by the Clemson Tigers here in the second half. A 17-point deficit has turned into an 11-point lead here in the fourth. Block and a steal to that number as well. And she has been a big part of this game. I would tell you, if earlier some of these easy shots would have gone down, Hank would have 12, 13 assists at this point.
Yeah.
She's going to sit for a couple of minutes right now.
Yeah, she's willing her team to victory right now.
Well, this Clemson team down 17 in the second quarter. Really had a big 7-0 run at the end of the first half. Took that into halftime, and ever since halftime, with exceptions of brief glimpses, it has been all Tigers.
All Tigers in this second half.
Inyang makes both free throws, and the lead is 13.
I know Inyang playing a really nice game off of the bench today for the Clemson Tigers. She has a sweet stroke from that free throw line. 10
points for Inyang, despite being in moderate foul trouble with 3. Johnson drives in. Good move around Inyang to finish. The Panthers need to get buckets. Down low to Inyang. Inyang able to power it over Liatu King.
And Pitt Panthers trading buckets right now with the Clemson Tigers. Can't afford that. They need to get some stops on the defensive end. And they have to start getting in front of Eno Inyang. She is burying them deep on that post, on that block. As you see Maliyah Johnson doing everything she can to try to get the Panthers back in this basketball game, scoring in a variety of ways on the offensive end.
Good catch there by Maliyah Johnson. Can somebody for Pitt get hot? Maybe it's Amber Brown. She's going to kick it out to Hayford. Hayford. Panthers don't need threes necessarily right now. They just need hoops and an over the back on Amber Brown off the miss.
Panthers need to get some stops on the defensive end and not allow Clemson to get second chance opportunities so they can get the basketball on their offensive end and control the tempo.
And, you know, another player, you might look at the stats and think, okay, 4 points for Douglas. But she has been a menace in her defense up top and really taking the Panthers out of what they want to do. A near steal there by Hayford. There's Douglas. Fakes the shot. And the ball is tipped right into Inyang, but she misses that shot. Fight for the rebound, controlled by Liatu King. Out to Deshaunette Harris. Harris one-on-one. Her shot rattles and stays in. And the lead cut to 11.
They needed that right there by Deshaunette Harris, right on time. If they can turn things around on this defensive end, continue to get stops, chip away at this 11-point lead.
Boy, and Inyang threw it off of Johnson. And fortunate there for Clemson, they were able to keep control. The ball knocked out of bounds. 13 to shoot for the Tigers, and Hannah Hank will come back in.
Yeah, the Panthers are doing a nice job these past couple minutes at getting their hands on the basketball, getting deflections. However, they always haven't gone the Panthers' way, and still Clemson retrieves the possessions.
Inbound to Robinson, and Robinson buries the short jumper. 18 points for Robinson. Good ball movement. Liatu King's shot just a little too strong, and there's the double digits in rebounds for Hannah Hank with 10, 8 points and 8 assists. And a timeout called by Clemson. A 13-point lead for the Tigers. We take a timeout and finish out this game here in Pittsburgh. Second half to the Panthers, 32%. It's a little too simplistic because you need to give credit to the way Clemson has played defense here in the second half.
Yeah, they really changed the tempo with their defensive effort in this second half, and I'm sure head coach Amanda Butler really got on her team during her halftime speech, as they are known for their defense, and they really turned it up here in this second half, and that really has changed the game for them and got them the lead here in the second half.
Washenitz with the steals. She drives, stops, head fake. An up and under move is no good, and Hank grabs another rebound.
Hannah Hank, man, all over the place.
Hank, top of the key. Robinson. 2:10 to play. A three-pointer by Perpignan.
That's a dagger there.
Yeah, Perpignan is not taking a ton of shots, but when she has, they've been clutch, and Marley Washington scores and is fouled by Hank.
We got crushed. Slow to get up there is Marley Washington, but that was a nice take. Nice little floater. She split the two right there. Hannah Hank just a little bit late. Nice little floater. And one gets to the free throw line. Hope she's okay after that fall there.
Well, the hair was a little bit out of it. You know, that needed some attention.
That's why she was slow to get up, fixing the hair, huh?
And the Panthers, you know, a couple of freshmen. Marley is one of them, part of that future that they like. And, you know, when Pitt was up 17, you know, that's what we've seen, spurts, but just not the consistency from this Pitt team.
Yeah, that's right. As you see, Clemson finds a wide open Ruby Whitehorn underneath. Pitt just falling apart in this second half, unfortunately.
Washinitz. Hutcherson will try the three, and that's short, and will go out of bounds. And the Panthers, it's been a familiar script that they've seen here over the last few games where they have really good first halves and just don't follow them up in the second.
Yeah, that third quarter has been a killer for this Pitt Panthers team all season long.
Douglas open three, no good. Washinitz fighting for the rebound. Hutcherson has it. 1:11 to play. Panthers down 15. Brown, baseline shot, rolls out, and Hannah Hank, her 12th rebound, go with 8 points and 8 assists.
I don't know if she's going to get to that triple-double or not here, Jeff, but she played a heck of a game today.
Kudos to this Clemson team for not freaking out. As you see, the scoring by a quarter, 48 points in the second half.
Yeah, that's tough to beat on any team, on any kind of day. 48 points in one half.
Deep three, no good, and an offensive rebound by Clemson, and they can bleed all but 10 seconds of this clock as Douglas is just going to do that. The Clemson Tigers came in 2-4, will leave 3-4. Hank from three, no good, and rebound controlled by the Panthers. 5 to shoot, and that is no good. And rebound to Robinson.
All credit today to Clemson Tigers in that second half. Their defense was phenomenal. Their defense led to their offense. They scored 48 points in this second half and just turned and changed the tempo in that third quarter. Pitt Panthers unable to finish the ball game.